Hello, friends, Romans, countrymen, Stampin Star creator fams, and my little starlets. Welcome to my channel here at Stampin Star Creations headquarters today. I've got to start a little bit silly, isn't it? I'm just going to go on my other device, make sure we've got you called up so I can keep tabs on your comments. Welcome, lovely to see you. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be playing with a celebration stamp set. You'll have to let me know if you have this one when I show you in a minute. Okie dokie. Switch that off, press that button, doobie doo. I was hoping to have a warm cup of tea, but instead opted for my cold one. There we go, 4 thumbs up already. Wowzers, ka-chowzers. Or 6 going up. I better get started so there's something worth thumbsing up for. Let's have a look. So, Stylish Sketches. Let me just grab him over here. In you come, Stylish Sketches. There he is. Excuse me, Stylish Sketches. This is probably an overlooked stamp set by some. You might be thinking, well, what can I do with that? But I just think it's great for masculine cards particularly, and I quite like the unusual sketchy designs of this stamp set. Plus it has dottage, so can't go too wrong. But today I thought I would team it up with hand penned petals, a little fan favourite, and some masking paper. This is not a unique technique, but I just thought it's one that I would revisit. Now, if you use the Stampin' Up masking paper, some of you might find that you're getting yourselves in a bit of a sticky situation and it's clinging to your paper where it shouldn't. There's an easy and simple solution to that, and it's just a matter of putting your masking paper over your hand or just sticking it to your clothes and just take off the tiny bit of tacky first. So I've gone ahead and actually cut out the ducks and the fox from the stamp set to do my masking. And before I get started, I will do the register. So I answer to yes, miss, here, present. Or you can tell me what your favourite animal is. Okay, let's have a look. So, who's in the house tonight? We've got Anne straight in there with hi Stampin' Friends, Sally Joe with a hello, Tammy Spruce and Anne, and we've got the Shaz saying hi Esther and everyone, hello to Cheeky Monkey Crafts, hi Mindy and to Ellie. We've got Judy in the house and the lovely admin Vicky. She says for those in the UK, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Australia, you can request a catalogue at stampinstarcreations@gmail.com or join the shop. Thank you. Evening all. Love this set, says Caroline. Hello there, Valerie. And my thing has skipped. Cindy Fox Taylor in the house. And Ali is watching all the way from Florida. There we go. Right, so let's start. The simples. I'm going to start with black memento ink, and I think we're going to start with the little duckies first. In fact, I'm going to turn my work this way around. We're going to go in with black memento. Now, black memento ink is what I describe as your old-fashioned ink pad. It is a fade-resistant ink. Is it what they call dye-based ink? Fast-drying dye-based, water-based, fade-resistant ink. So I'm going to get a good ink up of my image. Now, if you want this image to be really nice and black, I would suggest using your Stamparatus, which is your stamping positioning tool, and maybe ink it up a few times. Okay. Did I say Australia instead of Austria? Did I really? I wish I could have Australian swapping with me, unfortunately not the case. So here's my ducks. I've separated them because they had a natural separation, but that doesn't mean they're separated in the real life. So in order to help you line these up, start with the head, because it's quite a flimsy part of the body, and that's the part that is likely to misalign the most. Ask me how I know. Go on, I dare you. When you try aligning it from the body to the head, sometimes it misaligns. So just something to be aware of. I'm doing it again. Start with head. Now, because I've used this once already, it might be a little bit less sticky, but it should serve me some more. So, oh, got something going on here. There we go, just line it up. It doesn't have to be like too precise because you have got those sketching around it. So my lovely colour palette tonight, actually, it's not dissimilar to what Ellie and I used the other day with the blues and the yellows, but I quite like the idea of using Soft Succulent, and then I introduced some Mango Melody and Orchid Oasis Starry Sky to the mix. Now, the other stamps that I'm going to introduce with this is hand-penned petals. I wanted a stamp that has solid images as opposed to open floral images, so that you don't have to worry about colouring in afterwards. Yeah, I hadn't realised how familiar the colours were until I picked them up just now, but we'll go with it. They are slightly different, unless we want to change up the colours. I think I'll stick. We can always do it. I'll give you. You can give me a different colour palette afterwards if you like. But let's stick with this because I want to show you the sort of idea of what we're aiming for. So, Starry Sky. Now I'm wondering whether to just swap out one of my images, because this flower is rather large, and I might just swap it out for the smaller flower. Let's try it. So I'm going to change of plan slightly. I'm going to stamp. Now, if I stamp this down again, I've just got to be careful to watch my lines on my stamp. Okay, so you can stamp it again, but just watch that overlay in the stamp, or else you'll get lines across your images. Okay. Right, good. Hello, Susan. Nice to see you. Okay. So we're going to come in now with Orchid Oasis. Midnight at the Oasis. I have got a cheat sheet in front of me, so if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm going to stamp off and just come back in. Give him a little crown. I'm going to spread out my design a bit over here. Yep. Okay, and then we're going to come in with our Mango Melody. Now, if you're wondering why my ink pad looks a little bit strange, I did wash it out and re-ink it because it was looking a little bit... sometimes the ink gets a little bit mushy. Can't describe it. Let me just change the quality settings because I can't see what I'm doing properly in the other device. I'll draw you in a touch with that. Oop. They look like frilly ducks now. What is it with phones not cooperating with zooms? There we go. Right, coming in with some nice yellow. Don't know what I'm talking like that for. Just And we're going to extend ourselves out a little bit over here. Have a bit of clusters of yellow. Pretty. Okay. And then we're coming in with our Soft Succulent. I did wonder whether to use the, on my original I did use the branches, but let's try without, and then I'll show you the original and then you can decide whether you think I should have done that or not. sort of fountain type thing going on here. Make sure we get some in the middle. Maybe a little bit towards the end here. Okay, this is looking very different from the original one. The yellow was a different flower than the first, right? Yes, so there's a group of 2 and then there's one like that, and then there's like that. Okay, and that would look really cute with the sentiment. So what I want to show is that actually by having the images in black and white, they can really stand out from the crowd and just be an image in their own right. There we go. There's our tux. Now, this is, like I said, this is actually quite different from my original, and I might try, I'm going to show you that now. If I have a stash of card, then I move said stash of card and then it gets lost. Here we go. Hi Janine. You're welcome, Judy, that's okay. So I like it, but actually you'll see the difference now if I use the bigger flowers, what a difference it makes. So coming in again with Mr. and Mrs. Ducky. Popping on my masks, head first. Or Mr. and Mrs. Mallard, I should say. Giving them their official title. Margaret, you're late, and she's apologising. Don't you worry, Margaret, you're here now. So sometimes you divert from your original and it usually works out better, but in this case, I'm going back to my original one to show you what it could look like. So I've done that twice, which gives you a bit of an Orchid Oasis look to it. So thank you for those who have shared this video out. You can do it by pressing that little share button. There's various places in which you can share the video. You can share it to YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, various other places. So feel free to share the love, spread the joy. So did I just come in with Orchid Oasis? Yes, I did. So this was Orchid Oasis. That will tone down. Okay, it looks very dark at the moment, but I'm hoping it will tone down as light as it did on my original. Here's hoping. Now, what have I done here? So we're going to go in with a few flowers. There. A few under their legs. And a bit round here. I might just add a little bit here. Okay. How are we today? So, favourite animal, anybody? Have you got one? Have you got a favourite animal? Might be a pet. Could just be an animal that you are intrigued by. An animal that you wouldn't want as a pet, but you like it anyway. Tempting, yes, let's do it. To tuck one in here. Now I'm leaving a bit of space at the top in case I wanted to put a sentiment. That's why I'm leaving the space at the top. So let's fill these in. I like to do these a few times, give it a little bit of body. Second, third generation stamping. 2, 3. Winston is Ellie's favourite. That's Winston, our hamster, who's getting jolly fast, I must add. He's getting rather fast and too sneaky for his own boots. Bless him, but we still love him. Hi there, Cindy. Okay, so let's make sure my finger smudges are gone, and I'm going to carefully lift these up again. Now, I did actually put something in the middle before, and I'm just going to come back and do that because it does look a bit bare in the middle, so I'm just going to add a bit of yellow and then a little bit of succulent. Caroline says it has to be her cats. Oh, how many cats have you got then, Caroline? That's better. Just look a little bit blank in the middle. Got 3. Wow. There we go. So let's bring in the other one I did. Can you see the difference? I think it frames them a bit better having the bigger flowers, but I'll let you decide later. Okay, so the idea of this, I'm thinking there's a sentiment around here somewhere. Which stamp set is it? I know it is, no, not you. Oh, what's it called? It's you, Happiness Abounds. This has got some nice long sentiments along the top, so I thought you can have some nice sentiments on the top. So I'm going to leave this out in case I stamp that later. So let's go on then to Cunning Mr. Fox and have a go with him, and I'm going to stick to the programme and show you, use my cheat sheet. Now, no, let's stick to this way. I think it just works better. Let's bring Mr. Fox down here. Ah, that's interesting. Judy says she thinks you could see the ducks better in the first one. Yes, I suppose they're more closely surrounded and they just look a bit more black in the image, I suppose. Not in real life there isn't, but on screen they do, funnily enough. Right, fantastic Mr. Fox. Where is my mask gone? There you are, Phewy. There we go. So start with his head. Get him in line. There we go. And his nice bushy tail. Anyone else got any favourite pets? Okay, this time we are going to go for Orchid Oasis. In between his tail. Okay, got a little bit of smudges, but never mind. Not too fussed about those. Judy loves horses. Have you got any horses? Dogs all the way for Claire. Just going to create this sort of bushy yellow flowers. And that's all I did for that one. Kept it as a sort of group of 3. Then we're going to introduce a different stamp, which is the larger leaf one with our soft succulent. So this would make a nice little collection of note cards, I thought. Now, I added another flower over here before. Let's just stick a leaf in there instead. There we go. Okay, I like that. I'm wondering whether I need to introduce... We got a smaller flower. Let's be brave. Let's go Starry Sky. Come on in with one of those. And maybe one over here. Let's disguise that there. Don't just put one there. Okay, let's see. Dogs for Shaz. Caroline says her sister's got a Japanese Anita, a big cuddly teddy bear. Wow. Anne says dogs and cats, but I've got a dog. Oh, an Akita. I think I know exactly the one that you're talking about, Shaz. I think I do anyway. Oops. Gotta be careful with Mr. Fox. Here he comes. Up he comes. There. There's something really cool about just having the black and white contrast with the colour. So let's explore this a bit further and let's change up the colours, and you can suggest some colours. In my head I'm thinking sort of reds and oranges and those sort of colours, but I'll leave you to come up with some suggestions. So if you've got some colour suggestions, let me know. I'm going to just wipe my chamois over a bit. It's rather dry. Just to wash my stamps down, or wipe them down. So if you really like this stamp set and you want to get hold of it, it's yours for free with a £45 purchase. So let me carefully move those aside. So Merry Mallow is the first colour suggestion. Actually, why am I cleaning that for? That's not going anywhere. And the other colour suggestions to go with Merry Mallow. I could do it properly. My chamois not a bit too dry. Sahara Sand. Okay. So got a nice neutral in there. Can I get some other colours? I need maybe a green and some more mint macaron. Okay, nice colours. That's weird, you've suddenly gone silent. Well, hopefully it's just Ellie and... Okay, now the colours are coming rolling in. So... might have to do a brighter version and then... So, let's have a look at what we've got. So, Merry Mallow, Mint Macaron, Sahara Sand, I'm not sure if Granny Apple is going to, might be a tad bit bright. I'll put it there just in case. And saffron, crushed curry and pumpkin pie. Saffron came in, so I'm going to take out Granny Apple if that's okay. And we'll see if we've got room for crushed curry because it's another yellow. So okay. So let's have a look. Let me just see if I've got different stamps I might want to use. I think I'm going to stick with these stamps if that's okay. But we're just going to do it in a different colourway. So I'm going to use my black again. Should we start with the ducks? I hope they can survive another. Going over. I was thinking of something then, and I've just got to try and get my brain to work out how that's going to work. My poor brain. Oh, he's lost an eye. I can't turn it over because I've got something on the other side. That's not too bad. I've got a little bit of shadowing, but I'm going to go with that. I really like the techniques, and the fox is my favourite, says Karen. My favourite animal is a giraffe. Ah. Janine says she loves crushed curry. That's interesting. So let's cover up the ducks. And because they're this way around, I might be able to go in a slightly different directions with the flowers. So I like the idea of some nice big mellow florals. It's not very clean, is it? Ducks will be cold being nude. Yeah. What you could do, I just thought, is maybe do it the opposite way around and have the ducks coloured in. Oh, and have black and white stamping around the... Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I was too busy thinking. Could you hear the clogs? So let's use these for the other floors. Let's just go a little bit wild. Oh, I've got some bumpiness under here. I need a mat. Oh, that sounds interesting. It says Shaz, black and having the opposite. Could try it. Coming in with this saffron flowers. The stamps do all the hard work for you, it's great. Oh, I thought I had an ester smudge then. It wasn't, it was just a little bit of fluff. Now, I'm wondering if I need the smaller leaf. Would it make a difference? Yes, it would. I've run out of teeny tiny blocks. Let's just use the end of this. I hope that I can control it. I've got a leaf coming out of its bottom, but never mind. It's a tail feather. If anyone asks, it's a tail feather, okay? Interesting colour combo, I like it. Come on, how's it go? Let me see you shake your tail feather. Come on, let me see it. Shake it down further. Oh, twist it. Shake it, baby. Hey, Levine. Very nice. Hi, she says. Hi, Levine. How are you doing with your TikTok numbers? I want to know. Levine's taking TikTok by storm. I've decided to come back with the Merlot because it was lacking. So I'm coming back to fill in some more. Look at that. It just keeps on going. Keeps on giving. The gift that keeps on giving. And maybe a few larger leaves. Do I do these in the macaron or in the Sahara? Let's do it in the macaron for now. That will do. Donk. Oh, can you guys actually see what I'm doing? Sorry. It's because I've turned my paper the other way. Oh, slowly does it. Because I've turned my paper the other way. Just shout at me if you can't see. You hit your goal of 1K. Amazing. Congratulations. Well done, Levine. How exciting. So if anyone's on TikTok, Levine, you can put in your details if you like. So I'm just, do you know what? I don't need a pen to splatter. Esther's forgotten all about the splatter stamp. Dun, dun. So I wanted to come in with some Sahara, but we don't need a splatter stamp. We've got a dotage stamp right here at our fingertips. There we go. So it's like little pollen things. Right, here goes. Reveal yourself, Mr. Mandrake. Is it a mandrake? Mallard. Mallard. Is a mandrake a duck? Reveal yourself, Mrs. Mallard. Oh yes, look how regal they look. I like it. How about it? You forget sometimes when you're stamping them that actually that's part of the process is to reveal the masking. Okay, let's try. How are we doing on the old time? Let's try with the fox. But we'll use those colours, and I'm going to turn it around this way as well. Caroline Kirk, you are very generous. Is it me or is it blurry? I don't know. Can somebody answer that question? Is it Caroline or is it blurry? Sometimes you have to change your settings. Caroline, thank you so much for your kind super chat. Very generous of you. So it's very exciting. My team are doing very well. If you're on my team and you're in the house, please go ahead and give yourself a shout out with some emojis. So Ellie is reaching her next YouTube target of 1,000 subscribers, which would be amazing because then you can start monetizing, hopefully, or nearly monetizing if you get your watched views. And who else have I got in here? Levine. I've got Levine and Ellie and Claire. Claire, give yourself a shout out. She's got a Facebook page. Have you entered the world of YouTube yet, Claire? Can't remember. Right, come on, Mr. Fox. Now's not the time. Anyone else in my team on here? See, being part of a demonstrator, being a demonstrator means you've got a little, I can have a little team And there's something wonderful about being on a team and being part of a group of other demonstrators, because you learn from each other, you grow together, you learn together, you cry together, you love together. It's so lovely. Right, so Mr. Fox is getting the same treatment. I'm going to give him a nice floral hairdo. Let's actually let's go crush curry. Claire is going to start doing more YouTube dems, aren't you? What am I doing? Right, I was going to do this one. Yeah, we have done all that, haven't we, Naveen? And it is like being part of a little family, which is lovely. And, you know, you get to know each other more the more you hang out and spend time with one another. And it's great. It is like being part of a family. So if you want to be part of that family, please get in touch. Let me know if you want to join my team. So there's just a couple of days left of celebration. And there's a good offer on at the moment to get yourselves a nice planner. I know some of you out there love a planner. Oh, what's going on with this colour here? I've tried stamping it in 2 different colours. That's what's gone on. We've made up a new colour, ladies and gents. Sahara Merlot. Or Merry Sand. We need some underneath his belly. There you go. I love my Stampin' Up sisters, says Ellie. Love my family, says Claire. There you go. I don't make it up. That's their own testimony. And I'm not even going to pay them later. But, you know, if you do well, you get little team rewards, get vouchers to spend with me when they do well. We have team meetings and get-togethers. So it's all good. Then I think, was that crushed curry I used? Let's just spread a little bit of love over here. Okay, now I'm feeling a little bit brave and I'm going to come back with Merlot and do some Merlot splatters. Right, Mr. Fox, up you come. Could do with this is getting a bit thin on the ground because I've used it over and over. Wow, doesn't he stand proud? Oh, Carol, you sweetheart. Thank you so much. Shout out to Carol. Thank you for your super chat. There we go, Mr. Fox. He looks like he's like walking in a forest across a log. And as he walks and takes every step, then the flowers start to open. So there we go. Foxes and ducks and flowers and a masking. Very regal, says Judy. That's stunning, says Margaret. Beautiful, says Caroline. Thanks for your inspiration, says Carol. You are welcome. Okay, I think, ladies and gents, that's me. I might wrap it up a teeny bit early. Mary, very super kind. Thank you, everybody that has super chatted. It's really kind. It just helps me to fund my hobby stroke business, and I really appreciate all the support and the funds that I can get hold of so that I can carry on sharing using my time, which, you know, I don't get paid to do this, but it all just, you know, makes it worthwhile to have a few donations, which, you know, it's a nice little birthday treat for me. Caroline, is it your birthday today? Caroline, if it's your birthday today, let me know which one of these cards you'd like, and I will happily send it in the post to you because it's your birthday today. Gorgeous, gorgeous, says Carla. Thank you, Carla. I wasn't going to get this set because I didn't know what to do with it, but getting ready to send in my last order, so I guess you've changed my mind, says Caroline. Janine says, thanks, Esther. Love them. Let's wish Caroline a happy birthday. Caroline, message me at stampinstarcreations@gmail.com. And I'll get one in the post to you. So, a disclaimer. Let me just try and write my details. You can vote for your favourite one, whether you prefer the orchid or Merlot. It's probably this easier way to vote for things. And yes, I can't send a card to everybody who has a birthday, I'm afraid. And thank you so much. Let me just turn the camera around and I can talk to you. Thank you so much to everybody who's kindly sent me happy mail and cards, and particularly those who've sent it from abroad as well. My apology now. Sorry, but not sorry. I am sorry, but I can't send everybody out a birthday card in return. I do not have the time and resources to do that. So I would love to, but I can't. So, you know, this is a one-off as it's Caroline's birthday. I don't mind doing that, or every so often doing a giveaway, but I'm afraid I can't do that on top of everything else that I need to get done. But I do appreciate the cards that have been sent. I may have to change my celebration choice now. Thanks loads, Esther, says Janine. Well, just make sure it's, have a think about other ideas and ways in which you can use the stamp set. Caroline, if you want, you can message me, but if you don't, that's fine. What you're saying about the masking, I missed the beginning. What do you use for masking? The SU masking sheets? Yes. So I'm saying with the Stampin' Up! Masking sheets, just be sure to take off a little bit sticky first on the back of your hand or on an item of clothing. Otherwise, it does tend to stick to the paper. But as soon as you've done that, just do it once. Just take off a little bit of tacky. I know it kind of feels like you shouldn't need to do that, but it goes to show how good and strong the sticky is really, and it can be used over and over again. And it's such a simple solution. And since doing that, I love it. I love that you can get full coverage rather than if you are using Post-it notes. Sometimes I find they get caught if you're doing blending and things. So it's nice to be able to have coverage with that. Naveen says, sorry I'm late with yours and Ellie's card. Just got a new stamp set today to use. That's all right, Naveen. I don't mind belated wishes. Oh, bless you all. So what did you decide on? Did you vote? Did you prefer the Orchid Oasis or the Merry Merlot? Oh, Judy has her birthday on Sunday. If you've got an August birthday, big shout out to you. What stamp set did you get, Levine? Out of curiosity. So really simple idea, and it can be done with most stamp sets. I'm just trying to look to see if there's, do you know what would be fun? I mean, the typewriter with florals around it. That would look pretty. I'm just trying to think of like maybe more thicker, like unusual images, like the little elephant with some and it doesn't have to be florals, but just having that black and white masking technique. I've just remembered I said we were going to try something. If you want to hang on for the after show, I need to grab myself a decent bit of card. We're just going to try something quickly. Ah, that's all right, Caroline. I'm happy to post internationally as well. It's only a card, so it won't cost a lot. So we were going to try, and now I'm going to use the fig stamp. What am I going to do? Put that in colour. Still going to have to mask it though, aren't I? So we're talking about doing the colour and then maybe black and white around the edge. Now I've got no idea if this will work or if it will just look completely horrendous, but oh, you're only in Scotland. Well, Caroline, I'll leave it to you. You know, I can understand if you don't want to share your address, no problem. Obviously won't use it for any other purposes, but that is absolutely fine. But if you do and change your mind, stampinstarcreations@gmail.com. I can understand people not wanting to share addresses and personal information, and obviously don't do it online in public. I don't do that. So I'll just talk while I cut this out. Well, I've got a day back at work, got a training day at work on Thursday, so I think the plan is tomorrow Seth and I are going to have a last hurrah for the holidays because he starts school on Friday, first day secondary school, and yeah, got to start thinking about waking up a bit earlier and getting back to work, which is going to be a shell shock to the system. But you know, very blessed to have the work and need work to pay the bills, etc. So it's the way it goes. Okay, Sarah. That's life and all that. I don't have honeybee. It is one of Esther's faves, I know. Honeybee home. You've got honeybee home. Oh, that's exciting. That's unusual for you, Naveen. I'd like to see you use that one. Oh, I was going to say something else to you, Levine, but I might message you. Okay, sorry about that. So I've done the figs, wondering if it might be a little bit tricky to do it in there. I wanted to maybe stamp it a few times. So I tend to bend, and then if you pull back the paper, it tends to separate it like so. I might wonder whether to do some more branches. Let's do that because I want it to look a little bit fuller. And even if I do go over them, good for you for branching out, Levine. Okay, so shall we stick to our colour palette that we've got out already? Because it's a nice purpley colour that I think will go with this. I've just been a little bit careful around those, she says, making a pig's ear of it already. don't know whether to do anything up there or whether to stamp some more. That's why I'm going to leave it there. And then come in with the crushed curry. Barely notice where my original one is there. You didn't take the sticky off. I did. Oh, I didn't rub it on my hand. Now she tells me after I've stuck it down. That's just going to make my life even more interesting, isn't it? Not just my life, but my life. Just have to peel it off really slowly. Let's do a mixture of. People say, which way round does these leaves go? And it's kind of like there is no right or wrong. It's just how you want it to go, I guess. I'm going to overlap some of the colour a little bit. Don't know if it'll work, but we will see. Get nice and full. Now, is it worth doing another mask on top of that? Or even brushing it with a colour? Let's just do that. See what happens. Okay. Here goes. Might be a bit sticky because Esther didn't take the sticky off. I'm going to carefully roll it. Yes, it's tearing, but that doesn't matter. I mean, as in my mask is torn. It's not actually too bad, folks. So far, so good. Bobby, hello. I forgot to take the sticky off my mask after telling everybody take the sticky off. I've done it the wrong way round, haven't I? I was going to colour it in and do it black and white. What am I doing? Oh dear, I've lost the plot. I've lost it now. That's it. It's gone. I just did another version. Why aren't you guys speaking to me and telling me? You said you were going to do black and white, and now look what you're doing. Oh dear, Esther. Right. Right, is this gonna work? Right, I'm not gonna bother mask at all. I don't know. Right, I'm not gonna give up just yet. What's the time? I'm nearly at my hour limit. Okay. Bear with. Actually, do you know what? Should I just use water? Where's my aqua brush? Might be a little bit lazy and just use water. So we were doing some masking, Bobby, and then we had a bright idea to do the opposite, and then I forgot that's what I was doing. And Okay, so this is just normal basic white. I'm coming back in, just give a little bit more depth in places. I think maybe the leaves would have a little bit of red veining, I imagine. I'm guessing, yeah. So I was talking about the idea of having the coloured image and then black and white on the outside. That's where we were going with this until I mucked it up a little bit. So I reckon Mossy Meadow. Shaz says, yes, I thought it was supposed to be opposite, but Shaz, you need to speak up a little bit sooner than that. Oh dear. I just I went with the flow and I just got a little bit carried away, and I was just like, and before I knew it, I was like, what am I doing? And then it was too late, and then my brain was in masking mode, and there we go. That's nice as it is. Okay, so what am I doing? Black and white, but making the flowers are black and white around it. I don't know if this is going to work. I think I need maybe to cover. I'm wondering about covering it with a circle. What do we think? Cover it with a circle. Take off the sticky, Esther. Take off the sticky. And then maybe doing a bit of greenery. And then come in with my black and white. But I don't know whether it needs to be a bit more sketchy to work. What do you think? I think if I put down a solid image, that it might not work. Is there a piece not coloured? You've got a hornet emergency, Shaz. Oh dear. What do you mean, is there a piece not coloured? So my idea is now to get some black and white. Oh, it's okay, I covered it up. So maybe just stamp some black and white images around the edge using Quiet Meadow and Honeybee Home. No idea if this is going to work, but this is the whole joy of just giving it a go and finding out really if it does work and whether you've just stumbled across something amazing or not. I've got a full bouquet of flowers going on here now. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, well, it's different. I'll give you that for free. There we go. So almost the opposite. Let's see if we can get it to focus a bit better. Focus. Focus. Come on. Can you guys see that? So we've been playing with masking paper tonight. We experimented with our ducks and with nice spring-like colours, and with our fox, and we went for bigger flowers to see if that made a difference. Then we went on to do some autumn colours and had fun with those. Then I forgot I was going to do the opposite and stamp the fig anyway, and then we led to that colour opposite, doing the colour and the black and white. So there you go, completely different look, completely different, but nice to experiment with. Right, okay, and just before I wrap up, I'm going to see if I can quickly grab out some card to show you. I always think it looks so different once it's on a piece of mounted card. Look at that. Look at the difference. Now, are you mellow? This needs chopping down. It just really sets it off, doesn't it? Look at that. See, unless you stayed to the end, you wouldn't have seen this bit. Let's try another one. Nice bright card there. And maybe the... can't find you. One more. Look at that. They all look... It completely changes the look of the card depending on what colour it's on. So cool. There we go. So I hope I've convinced you now that it's actually on a piece of card. I think it just looks really different. And you can, like I said, use whatever stamp set you've got to have a play. I think yellow is my favourite, says Caroline. Yeah, it does look quite fun on that. Nice and bright. There you go. Whether it was worth a stay, I don't know. Let's just quickly put that one on a piece of card. I'm trying to find the right colour. It's important. Got to get the right colour, or else it's not going to look right. Oh, that means my time's up because my notification's coming back in. Even that one turned out all right. A little bit different. Thank you for joining me. So, if you haven't heard the... Oh, I've said already, but I'll just say it again. So, my Facebook Lives won't be on Tuesday afternoons anymore because of my change in work pattern. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do my YouTube Live still. Now, what I am considering is whether to make the time a bit earlier. I know that's not great for a lot of people, but because I'll be working on the Wednesday as well, I could really do with just setting the time a bit earlier on those Tuesday nights so that I don't have such a late end. So it's just gone 10 o'clock now, and by the time I come off, do a bit of clearing up, clear the dishes, whatever needs doing in the kitchen, sit down, it's like 11 o'clock, and then by the time I get to bed, anyway, you get the drift. So I might think about pushing the time at least half an hour earlier for my Tuesday lives, just so that I can try and function. So I'll try and keep you posted what I decide to do. It might come to the point where it's like, actually, I've not organised anything and I just come on at the usual time, but I do need to seriously think about how I'm going to do that. So just to let you know, thank you once again for those of you who've kindly super chatted. I really appreciate you commenting along and watching this on replay, because I know some of you can't make it to the lives. So thank you very much. I'm going to leave you and love you to your evenings, mornings and afternoons. And take care and God bless you. Any time is a good time, says Judy. Thank you, Judy. You must put yourself first, says Caroline. Thank you. I know it's tricky because, you know, I kind of want to please my following, but, you know, it doesn't always work out. But there you go. Mwah. Thank you ever so much. Take care. Bye for now.